that down, let's move on to this, shall we? Not all of you may have watched, but I'm sure some of you did. John Krasinski's Jack Ryan series on Amazon. I quite liked it. I got to admit, I kind of fell off a little bit when they did the standard trope that every super agent movie and show does, where at some point their own government is hunting them now. Like, why the fuck does every single damn super agent, super spy TV show or movie have to eventually fall into that same trope? I'm so bored of it. Drives me crazy. That aside, I thought Jack Ryan was very good. And I thought John Krasinski, who I initially thought was a very odd choice to play Jack Ryan, did a great job with it. Well, now it's official. Hollywood Reporter is delivering news that John Krasinski is returning. This time they're doing a Jack Ryan movie for them. This is what the Hollywood Reporter had to say. They said Tom Clancy's Jack Ryan, the adventure series that proved to be a hit for Amazon MGM, is heading to the movies. The company is developing a feature film that will see series topliner John Krasinski return to the titular role as the intrepid CIA analyst. Wendell Pierce, who is awesome, from The Wire, and also is going to be your new Perry White in Superman, is also set to return, while Michael Kelly, who was brilliant in House of Cards and up until last week was brilliant in The Penguin as John Vitti, is in negotiations to come back as well. All right. The big piece of information that is, I think, maybe implied in this story, but isn't explicitly written out, that I looked for was, is this going to be a theatrical film or a straight to Amazon movie?
Yep, I was thinking the same thing.
Because Amazon will do straight to theatrical sometimes.
Yeah.
But since I couldn't find anything specific giving a detail on that, my guess is this is going to be a straight to Amazon movie, which is unfortunate. But what I get it, I mean, it's a TV series. I suppose it makes sense to then put the movie.
It does if you're established as a streaming TV series, especially, it makes sense. That's why I don't want to go off the rails, but that's why I'm still a little worried about the Mando thing and box office. But hey, if it's a good movie, it's a good movie.
Yeah. So I kind of get that. So number one, I love that Krasinski's come back. But listen, while it's understandable that everybody always wants to talk about John Krasinski when talking about Jack Ryan, Wendell Pierce, I think, is seriously one of our most unsung treasures in the industry. Like, even just when he popped up, like, I love Suits. And just him popping up in Suits, not just popped up, he became a regular character, just made the show even better. He's got one of these most incredible screen presence. He's awesome. I got very excited when I found out he was going to be the new Perry White. I think he's going to be perfect for that role. And I think you got to have him come. Of course, he plays the old James Earl Jones role as well, but I think he's great in it, and I'm so glad he's coming back. And Michael Kelly,
whom I'm obliged to just hate, not the person, but his characters ever since House of Cards. I just don't care. You could play the hero and be like, you're evil, and I hate you.
Yeah, but if that means he's
a great actor. He's a great actor.
But I remember I first really took notice of him, and maybe I should have earlier. I first really took notice of him in House of Cards.
Mm-hmm.
And that show was amazing. But he was the guy that was in it that no one ever talked about. They always talked about, understandably, Kevin Spacey and Robin Wright Penn, and even the girl who plays Sue Storm in the last Fantastic Four movie. And her sister. And her sister's a big actress too. And I'm freezing on her name right now. Anyway, their family owns the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Oh, right.
Kate Mara.
Sorry, yeah.
The one I always mistake
sister of Rooney Mara. Right. Kate Mara was great in it as well, but I think Michael Kelly was sorely overlooked in that series. I thought he was amazing in it. And ever since that, whenever I see him pop up in something, I get excited. And so when I saw him pop up in Penguin, that was one of those names. I did not know he was in the series.
Right.
Until he popped up in the series. And I'm like, oh my God, he's such a good John Vitti.
I know.
He's so good. So you get Wendell Pierce and Michael Kelly coming back to join John Krasinski. I got to tell you, I'm interested in
Here's a question. You followed the show. Let's say they do release it in theaters. What kind of numbers are we talking about? Or whether it's even something worth risking?
See, that's the $1 million question, right? Because it's always a conundrum when you're taking a TV show that people are just used to watching from home, and then trying to move it into the movie theaters as a continuation, right? I think Jack Ryan was a really good little hit for Amazon, but I don't know that that's enough numbers to put it, because here's the other problem. People who didn't watch the show,
Right.
when they find out this is a continuation of that show, is that going to turn people off or persuade people or intimidate people from going to see it? It's like, oh, well, I never watched the show, so why would I go see the movie? Which is probably another reason why they're going to put it straight to Amazon,
Right.
I'm guessing.
And like what Jonathan was mentioning to us about the Mandalorian thing, I think this is just a big experiment right now to see what works in theaters in terms of TV series to theater or theater to TV series. I don't know.
However, there's no rule, because I'm thinking about it. It's like, it's a spy thriller. It's a classic genre that actually does have a built-in audience. And as long as you're putting this out where you don't have to know about the series to get the movie, then it should be good for
Yeah, but I think there are
400
going to be a
mil.
lot of people that will just, I think Dungeons and Dragons kind of suffered the same problem, right? I think there were a lot of people who said, well, we know there are, because our own viewers wrote in and told us this, right? With Dungeons and Dragons, there were a lot of people, as great as the movie was, a lot of people never even considered going to see it because they were like, oh, I've never played Dungeons and Dragons, so I won't know what's going on. And that kept a lot of people from going.
However, it just dawned on me, and I don't know why it didn't dawn on me before. This is Jack Ryan. I mean, Hunt for Red October, Clear and Present Danger. I know it's a different actor, but they've released Jack Ryan films for decades now. So there's that going for it too.
And also, did they ever release Michael B. Jordan Tom Clancy movie in theaters? That was just straight to Amazon.
That was straight to
That was
Amazon
straight.
too.
So
I believe.
I figured this one will probably be.
It probably will. And you know what? It might be for the best there. Like, again, I don't think every single movie needs to go to theaters. I think there are a lot of them that should, but not everyone does. So either way, I'm looking forward to seeing this. Guys, we want to take a second to thank a sponsor of today's video, The Perfect Jean. Look, you guys know I've been talking about The Perfect Jean for a while now. I absolutely love these. They fit like a dream, they look fantastic, and they are so comfortable, you forget you're even wearing pants. We all love jeans, but look, we all also know they can be a little bit uncomfortable for the boys, but not with The Perfect Jean. These jeans fit like they were custom made, stretch like you wouldn't believe, and they look absolutely fantastic. The Perfect Jean also has a seriously massive range of sizes, everything from 26 to 50 and lengths of 26 to 38. These have become my absolute go-to jeans whenever I'm hanging around the house or even going out for the day. And listen, the Perfect Jean isn't even just pants. They've revolutionized t-shirts as well. The Perfect Tee has just enough stretch to hide that beer belly while accentuating your arms and chest for that flawless look. My guys, it's finally time to stop crushing your balls in uncomfortable jeans by going to theperfectjean.nyc. Our listeners get 15% off your first order, plus free shipping, free returns, and free exchanges when you use the code Campea at checkout. That's 15% off for new customers at theperfectjean.nyc with the promo code Campea. And after you purchase, they'll ask you where you heard about them. Please support the John Campea Show and tell them we sent you. F your khakis and get the perfect jean. Question is for you guys. What do you think about this? John Krasinski is returning as Jack Ryan, but this time instead of another season, they're doing a one-shot long-form story movie. I think it's a great thing to do, and I love the returning cast. Whatever you guys think, jump down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show Podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.